4 win, Nico, and Leo Messi on the score sheet. Not a bad start to your day, very early there at 7 a.m.
Yeah, not bad. Well, 7 a.m. now. Kickoff was at 5, which is pretty normal for me. Yeah. How are the mornings treating you guys?
Well, we're hanging in there, guys, aren't we? It's not actually that bad, but it's just so cold in this studio, Nico, as you know. So the early mornings, along with the coldness, is quite the pairing. But how's things going for you in Vegas?
Yeah, not bad, guys. Vegas is crazy. Vegas is like a Disney World for adults. But I'm glad that I'm here for soccer, not other things. But I got a nice little wake-up call to watch Argentina at 5 a.m. Messi in a minute 30 seconds gave everybody who went to the game the value of their ticket price, because everybody went to go see that. And then towards the very end, just like maybe like 10 minutes ago, the way that he just shimmied through like 4 Australian players to break free, that's vintage Leo. And when you get to see that out of a 36-year-old, no, he's not 18. He's about to be double that age. And the fact that he can still do that with such ease, with such fluidity, oh my God, look at this. It's incredible that he still has this in his repertoire. And it's so happy because Argentina got to showcase their depth and put on a show for the Chinese people that have been like in complete awe ever since the Argentina national team arrived. And we know Messi's not going to be with the national team anymore. He's not going to Indonesia with the rest of the squad. So it was a pretty nice event.
Hey, Nico, Argentina were fantastic today, and with no penalties and no help from the ref, so I was actually very surprised. But I will say, Nico.
Bye, guys. Bye, guys. Hey, we're gonna talk seriously.
I will say, listen. I want to ask you a serious question.
Don't ask a question.
I want to ask you a serious question. Were you surprised with
wait. Better be serious.
Yeah. Were you surprised with not only the full strength lineup, but also like? When I watched the game, they had an extra spring in their step. For a game that didn't mean much, it seemed like Messi and all the stars from Argentina had an extra spring in their step.
Absolutely, especially after the second goal, they were playing pretty well. Argentina felt comfortable, and Argentina have had a spring in their step ever since winning the World Cup. I think the team is full of confidence. They really understand each other, and not only that. Again, what I just said now, I think today showed how much versatility this squad has, because they started without a striker. There was no nominal 9 on the score sheet, and the 2 number 9s, Lautaro's not there. Julian Alvarez was on the bench because he showed up late from celebrations of winning the Champions League with Manchester City. So Argentina had to make do with a different sort of lineup. Nico Gonzalez was back in the lineup. He, if you remember, didn't make the World Cup squad because of injury, yet he was part of the celebrations. If you look back to the picture where Messi's hoisting the World Cup trophy, where Kun Agüero has him on his shoulders, if you look at the crossbar of the goal, who's sitting on the crossbar chanting with the rest of the team, it's Nico Gonzalez. So he has been an integral part to this lineup. And another player who had a very similar experience that didn't get called up to the national team because of injury was Gio Lo Celso. And Lo Celso, throughout all the World Cup qualifiers, was Messi's best partner. In Spanish, they call them associations because, as you know, the game is called association football. And I love that word so much because the societies, as they call it in Spanish, the partnerships that Messi had the most with was with Gio Lo Celso, and he plays better when Lo Celso's on the field. So interesting to see him back in the lineup. And then another added motivation, Garnacho finally making his Argentinian debut. He could have played for Spain, he could have played for Argentina. He opted for Argentina, and he's been kind of in the spotlight in Argentinian press because they've kind of been obsessed with this dual national situation, because in Argentina, really, this is kind of new. Garnacho speaks with a Spanish accent, so you'll see when he posts stuff on social media, Argentines will respond like in his comments, like kind of making fun of his accent, like in a nice way. But it's kind of a new situation for Argentina. We're super used to it in the U.S., but Argentina's not. And the fact that he got to make his debut, he could have played. Scaloni could have played him on Monday's game in Jakarta, but the fact that he permitted Garnacho to have his debut with Messi on the field, I think that speaks volumes of how united this team is too.